All right, Geometry Advanced. I'd gotten at least one request for some problem on the trapezoids and kites form. So we will go through a couple questions. Whoop. All right, the first question that I'd had a request for was number 11. All right. So on number 11, we have a trapezoid. We've got the mid segment shown. Okay, so EF is our mid segment. Remember that in order to find the length of a mid segment, it's going to be 1/2 of the top base plus the bottom base, or sometimes they could be on the sides if they were to have oriented this trapezoid differently. So let's just plug in the expressions that we know for these things. The mid segment was EF. So the mid segment was 2x minus 13 is equal to 1/2 times one of my bases is x plus 14. The other base was 20. So now we just have to simplify this, maybe combine like terms. We're just trying to solve for x. So really this is just algebra from here on out. For now I'll leave that 1/2 outside the parentheses. Make sure I'm adding correctly this time. Now there are two ways you could go from here. Either you could distribute the 1/2 into the parentheses, or you can multiply both sides by 2. Personally, I like to get rid of the fraction, so I'm going to multiply both sides by 2. But when I do that, I have to make sure that I distribute the 2 on the left side. So this would become 4x minus 26 equals, on the right side, the 2 and the 1/2 just kind of cancel each other out, so you have x plus 34. From here, you're probably good to go. Subtract x from both sides, add 26 to both sides, so you would get 3x is equal to 60. Divide by 3. We should have x equals 20. Okay, so x equals 20, that's great, but that is not what they asked for. They asked for EF. So to find EF, we just need to plug 20 back in for x. 2 times 20 minus 13, so 40 minus 13. We should have gotten 27 for EF. Okay, so that was the only number that got requested. So let me see if there's anything else that I feel like we really need to go over. Would be done the same way as 11. Okay, same kind of thing for 13, 14, that same formula, 15. So nobody really asked me much about kites, so I'm hoping we're okay with those. Remember that the diagonals are perpendicular, so angle 1 has to be a right angle. These would also be forming similar triangles, so this angle over here would also be 64 degrees, so you would be able to subtract 90 and 64 from 180 to find angle 2. Let's see. If you have questions about the kite ones, I could do more of those. I think those properties were pretty straightforward. Nobody seemed to ask about them. So if I need to go back through and make another video for some of these angles in the kites, just let me know. But nobody emailed me any of those numbers. So I think I'll end it there for this video, and make sure you email me with any other questions you want me to include in these solutions videos.